God, my bathroom door is open. Oh. Why? Why was it open? I don't know. Oh, y'all didn't even get to see it. Alright, well, I'm back again to do some more Ace Attorney. I think we're supposed to hop into a trial now. So, I'm scared. But let's do this. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets, and so began an even longer day than the last, one that I'll remember for the rest of my days. What's gonna happen at this trial? Because apart from me just being depressed. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. No, earn a fancy dress. Susato, or however you say it, I don't know. Oh, Miss Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, are you? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Mrs. Sato and I won't meet again one day. Even so. But you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. Oh. How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep? Iris, what are you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Raggy? Don't let that cat run around. Alright. Oh, Waggy. Great way to show your support, kitty. Let him have a nose around. What aren't good to do? Oh, that reminds me. I brought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Duno? Ginny? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. Well, the bad news was a weather report. So I hope that Susie had made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port. Gosh, yes. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon, so even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it? I couldn't give a monkey's, really. If only all the good news canceled out the bad. And look, the trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes and pig purse plunder, see? How'd you like that? How'd you like that? Well, let them say what they want, see if I care. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Duno will soon show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will? And then in tomorrow's papers the headlines will be Discharged divers, Adonis do-gooder. Isn't that right, Reno? Oh, yes, let's hope so. Of course they will, I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? It's like she was still here. Today's paper has been entered into the court record. What does that have to do with anything? Good luck then, Runo. I'll do what I can. Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. Oh, you're gonna be my assistant? I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but... Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris. Yes, Jenny? Well, I was wondering, is all, about Sholmes. Did they fix him up alright? Yes. The operation was a great success, but Harley still hasn't come around yet. Eh? I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Oh, right. No Susato-san and no Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense, the trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom. Fuck. It's time then. Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris. Lead the way, Runo. Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that. Fuck. I'm kinda scared. This shit's probably gonna be hard. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Lord Von Zieks. My lord. Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service? It was some 5 years ago, my lord. Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again today. Are there some circumstances which the court should be aware of that have led to this erratic behavior? In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government. Really? Yet today, you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel. That is a good point. There are two types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat at the public at large. He means Mr. McGilded, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago. Yes, I just about managed to work that out, thank you. Magnus McGilded. If I'd known what a monster he was, I would have defended him. And secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect the total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East, the Nipponese. Did he really just say that? He means you now, Runo. I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Ziek's eyes. Was that directed solely at me, or was he talking about all Japanese people? I don't know, but he needs to chill the racist shit out. An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zieks. Still, the judiciary welcomes welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all of London's malefactors. Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Who are these oh, you're a doctor? I remember 3 of these faces. We had a trial for his wife. She was in the first one. I don't know who the fuck that is. I thought you were just some random grandfather. Apparently you're a doctor. Wait, I recognize her too. She was here before the first trial. Who the fuck is ill? I feel like I've seen that face before too. I think it had to do when we were on the ship. It wasn't that person, it was that stowaway Russian girl. But I think I remember seeing his face. Former lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me who were born ready. Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think. Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything. And I'm ready for it. I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible, but could I have? Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take the bus to Crystal Tower, please. How the fuck is he finna help stand trial? He don't even speak the... Is something wrong, Bruno? Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact. Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. Jurors chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know. So I've been led to believe, but something tells me I'm being duped. Very well now, Lord Van Zieks. The court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Pop Winderbank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. Shot in the heart. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. At least he didn't suffer. My screen just cut out. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullets entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. And what's that supposed to tell us? That the victim was, shorter? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say. Oh! The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please. I now ask the court to turn its attention to the plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry. A door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Winterbank, and the accused. Oh. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Well, that's that, man, isn't it? Nothing more to say. Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway? She's one of those filthy drafts that live in the slums of the East End. Oh well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? That girl— oh! We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. My learned Nipponese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. Good gracious! After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pig purse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. The court will take the floor plan and the firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zieks. At once, my lord. This isn't good. I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Renault. I think that's because it has. Let us begin. Bring forth the witness to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Winterbank on 16th April of this year. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Ugh. Oh, these bitches are ugly. My name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is arm baddie. Professional. Occupation is arm baddie. Professional baddie. Name's Ringo Stoken. Occupation's same as him. Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right, we're not what they call the 3 Skulkin brothers. What? You're included with these chuckle fucks? What are you looking at me like that for? Don't lump me in with you lot. Oh, blimey, that's cold. Don't you know what we're going through? It's our older bruv. Lost contact with him we have. So we're scouring every shady corner of the capital. Then last night we come across you, the very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo? Hey, Nash, he is the very spit of him. So we decided there and then what we was gonna do. We was gonna call you Big Bro Sulky. Come on, leave it out, you two. Sulky Skulkin, and that's before he's run out of chips. What the fuck? Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you were doing on the witness stand? The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft. Thieves, are they, these three? No, my lord, begging your pardon, but please don't let me in with this lot. 2 nights ago, these 2 brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime. By Jove, do you mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence? Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed the proprietor's murder. And he's standing on a box. Various trespasses of the brothers is not subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these 2 gents straight on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw. Happy to. Because the Skulkin's never skulking. Get out of it. Oh my god. These bitches are ugly. Ooh, child. Hold on. I'm gonna check stream real quick, make sure it's still going, because sometimes it likes to cut out on me. It did say that there was somebody watching, but can never be too sure. Alright, yeah. It's still going. We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gas door was ajar, see? It was like some kind of sign begging us to go in, it was. But once we got inside, court, blimey, Louie, we heard a gunshot from the back room. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside. We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing, we just left after that nice and quiet. A terrible coincidence, it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot. The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside, and within only the victim and the accused were found. I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witness now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel? Yes. What's the matter, Myrtle? Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in the stand. I know that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies that it is.
Hold it!
The front door and window banks was ajar, you say. What time of night was this? Must have been about 1. Right, Ringo? Yeah, I'd say so. Right, Soki? How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town. Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true, ain't that right, Ringo? I'm not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Silky, me old mucker? Leave me alone. There definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place.
And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gita Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
That's pure conjecture.
Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door to the victim's establishment open and ventured inside. Right, that's what happened.
Bullshit.
Hold it!
What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Ringo?
They do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon. God's will often presents itself in the whims of thieves, does it? If it weren't no whim, I'm dead sure of that. It weren't, Nash, it weren't. Like we said all the time. Like we said at the time. You don't just find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it. It was a sign that our long-lost brother was inside. They're not very good liars, are they? Well, you can't deny it. It led us to a bloke what looks just like our bruv. I said, cut it out. Those chips are getting a chomping today. Gunshot, you say? Just the one? Are you sure about that? Yep, just the one, Governor. I swear to that. It was, Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv? The firearm used to belong to the victim himself. Yes, Mr. Lindenbank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter. Right, I remember. When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds. That makes sense. Mr. Winterbank always used to say he only kept a single bullet loaded. That's true, I remember him saying that as well. So we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used in the murder weapon. Yes, my lord, we can.
And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused.
Wonderful.
Hold it!
You mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom?
If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom.
Of course there was only one little old lamp burning, not much to see by. And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all. That's right. That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door? Eh? Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think. Oh, your turn to rabbit, Ringo. Well, Nash, yeah. I suppose you'd have to say we ain't normal, eh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen are on the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is the former. Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night. Thank you, counsels. So I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything? Is that your story? Well, it was Bedlam soon as, weren't it? What?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out, me lacy lockets. So, with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left, nice and quietly, you say? That's right, Governor. Nothing we hate more than our violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not bludgers. We are, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me dukes out from me lacy lockets. So you'd clearly like us to believe. Eh? Come again? As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person? Saints alive, they fired a gun, you say? Blimey, Governor. You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway. It was. Why the bleeding north? Didn't you mention that before? You were armed with a gun, and as you fled the scene, you fired that gun at London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes. They shot the great Mr. Sholmes? I did hear that, actually. There's been a rumor he'd been rushed to the hospital. The great Sholmes, that's beyond the pale. On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Oh. Furthermore, the bearer showed signs of a shot had been fired from it. Prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers. Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel. The court will hold this weapon as evidence. The Skulkin brothers' gun. Now, my learned Japanese friend. Yes? Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. For yes, there are telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, and a single bullet is missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under any scrutiny in the trial. Well, I don't need evidence, because I was there. However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. If the defense fails to provide evidence in the support of this rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast to your incompetence and move on. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Wintermings that night. The court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbroker's shop that night? Oh my god. Wouldn't it be that?
Take that!
The evidence is in this portfolio. What on earth have you there, counsel? During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting police to do the job that they're trained to. How arrogantly Japanese of you. Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found in recorded the results in this portfolio. I can't fucking read. And you claim to have the evidence that the court is demanding therein? Yes, my lord. No more dallying then, counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene?
Take that!
What is that? Explain. It's a photographic print taken at Winterbank's pawnbrokery on the day of the incident. From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears that the bullet is still lodged there. Yes, as your lordship noticed, the bullet pierced Mr. Winterbank's calendar. The date shown being is the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death. The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight, and that indicates that a separate shot had been fired some time after the calendar had been set to the 16th. That's right, and while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes that it's credible evidence that the witness did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbroker that night. How does this prosecution stand, Lord Van Zieks? He's about to pull some bullshit. If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection. What? But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust as the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbroker illegally. And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the... I'm sorry, baddies is really funny. Opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street. Huh? Take it easy there, Governor. You're gonna land us in the soup. We had a deal. You weren't gonna get into the details. Tell him, Sulky. Set the bloke straight. I have nothing to add. So he knew, did he? Van Zieks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It would seem now that I owed my own learned Lebanese friend a word of gratitude. What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact. To what fact do you refer, Lord Van Zieks? As has been established, at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot is found in its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim. In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Winterbeck at all. So that's it? What the fuck? That's it, we don't have nothing to do with it. We did it, Nash, we didn't. That's what I reckon. Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and let us not forget attempted murder. Quite a catalog, eh, fellas? We're in for it now, bruv. Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly. Where's he going with this? Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery. Eccentric? Says who? Not me, don't give me that look. He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop. Oh, that's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders. What is that, Counsel? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption. As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed. The prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in quite a desultory fashion. I've never heard of that word before. Rather prodigal, I feel. In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer to the court to a plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here.
You say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera.
That's a bit of Friar Tuck, hey bro. Lady Luck loves a skulking.
Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin?
Must have been just after 1, right bro? Must have been, Nash, must have been. Yeah, just gone 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment, what scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Oh! That's not good. This is looking bad. Oh shit.
It's the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Shit.
As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured gun in hand facing the victim over the shop counter, no doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom. Quite. Only one can too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence if you please, counsel.
The photograph of Gina has been entered into the court record. I don't believe it. Ginny.
In short, the accused is the only person who possibly could have killed Miss Windebank.
Shit. I say, my lord. I wonder if I might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Took a bally bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maiwand in 1880. Fuck. Don't you know. Decorated for it and all, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, the medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us in the battlefield. Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point? Carried on the battle after retirement, you see, the battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now leading this small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. And we'll go down together, and mark my words, one for all and all for one.
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand?
Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct?
In a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Garadev squadron's position, sir.
What? No, it's too soon to make a judgment here. Status report of the court, men, on the double. His lordship insists on promptitude. His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions, too. I think you'll find the truth as clear as day now. I can reach it and touch it. I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember. Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop.
I'm very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky.
What the fuck is he talking about? I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in this matter. Announce your
considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Oh. God dang, he hit his head on the table. Oh, I guess because he can't touch nothing. It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous and is leaning already. Fuck, that photograph is really not helping us. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But Jenny didn't shoot him. No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination. Very well, the court grants permission. So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising. We shall proceed immediately to the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, all members of the jury ready? Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Oh boy. Hold up. Before I move. Give me 1 second. All the evidence clearly points the finger of the girl at this young pickpocketing. Is that what that is? As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. If I have left it in there, I should think there will be repercussions by now. Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop. In Motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent. What the fuck did he just say to me? I'm confused. Fuck. The circumstances of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone, and in the accused's hands the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by those witnesses. Not to mention this print. Yeah, that don't look good. What if she was just like checking it out, like, ooh, revolver, like, I don't know, because she definitely didn't shoot this motherfucker. Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling that bally trigger. I know it looks like that. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear, Hurley's cameras are supposed to help, not hinder. afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. But Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. Which means there's more to this situation that we've yet to see. How do y'all read my mind? Am I like whispering instead of that's in my mind? You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Gyaradev, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this. Oh, you're that lord chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously. I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Gyarados house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancies. Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Bad enough that the old girl's clapped up. Yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot. But not for us. That's a dash of certain. I suppose not. Of course. There can be no suggestion that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. Obviously, but honestly, I really wish he'd pay more attention to the trial unless the juror number 2. As a housemaid, I should like to see all of you shut up. Polishing the bench, I see. Again. Maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must be ruined. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pickpurses, and crossmen, the scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps? Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working at ARC achieve these important goals. You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rance magazine between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London's secrets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes, a maid? It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum have the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. Minor detail, it was the 2 brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendants. A minor detail indeed, they're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it might just be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yes, alright, I shall amend my statement.
Hold it!
What do you mean look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photograph of print normally, looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously. But there's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying is that if you look at the same printed stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information. By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Oh, how did you know? Let's call it a lucky guess. It never gets old seeing 2 prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, it's captivating, it's the height of modernity, whatever, fuck. Of course. Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay, giving us new perspectives that we can only dream of, and before it's the greatest invention the world has ever seen. If only it could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. Hold on. There's ammunition still loaded and fired, 6 cylinders. Only a single shot has been fired from it. Exactly. The bullet that hit Hurley, in fact, isn't it? Yes, it happened almost as soon as we walked in through Mr. Windibank's door. I think I know what might have happened. I think when she was holding the gun, she like was playing with it, but maybe shot at the calendar. I think that bullet came from Windibank's gun. I don't know. Because one of these guns shot more than one time. Have to. I think Windibank's gun was shot and it hit the calendar. And these guys' gun shot Windibank and also shot Sholmes. But only one bullet got fired from this one. This is Mr. Windibank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty. Mr. Windibank used to keep his gun on the shop counter. Yes, but only ever a single bullet loaded, I understand. That's right, to keep all the pawned articles that were in his case safe. Hello. But his one bullet was fired that night and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe? I'm doing good, how about you? It's a little hot in my room, I don't know why, but... That's good, that's good. I'm trying to like piece this case together in my head. Anyways, let's press what he's talking about. What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? It's okay. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream. I might go until like the to be continued part, but thanks for stopping by and speaking. It means a lot. Any viewership is a lot to me. You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that.
Ah, so sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon.
A surgeon? That totally passed me by.
Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains are in the field.
So, what is it that you think you've left behind?
Ah, well, that's a little embarrassing to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen. But when I finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere.
Did he? Surely not.
Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what had been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I wouldn't. I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really.
That's one way of putting it. The other was manslaughter.
That's exactly my concern, and seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up, I need to focus on trying to remember what exactly I've sewn up elsewhere. Now, I'm sure I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure.
I'm sure you need to be more sure. Hopefully that bitch isn't dead.
Hold it!
Oh. Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop. Yes, from the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. Oh, but now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electric signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds connecting to the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed. Makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You are well informed, young lady. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop. And just when I was starting to catch up. Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over the airways to four corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmospheric electric. Stop. Oh my god. Okay. You need to stop. Fuck. Right. Try not to wear out your fingers. Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technological revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What other piffle? I can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys. Yeah, he didn't like that.
Excuse me.
I knew he was gonna have a problem with that. Sure, number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess. Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on, I dare you. Goodness, are you talking to me? I think he might be, yes. You think your stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh? Absolutely. I mean, really. A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. A great way to appease the man. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know. Pardon? I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate. What sort of possibilities? Well, take a crime scene for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you've never noticed before. What? Have you got any, Bruno? Any prints we could take a look at with a stereoscope? How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
I'm guessing this one. Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying that you can do this with any suitable photographic prints? Of course I can. Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all. Examine. Oh, shit. We don't have another one, do we?
Take that!
Oh wait, sorry, what do you mean, one more print? Oh dear, don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works? Bruno, what? You need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember? You know, one for the left eye, one for the right?
Oh, oh yes, I remember now. But the print we have from the pawnbroker is just a normal photograph. No, I think you'll find that the clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need two prints. Thanks for the friendly explanation. Well, if we attain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man then. I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me. Let's get things back on track, shall we, Council?
Hold it!
Can it really show up new clues, though? Don't know unless you try. How about this print here? Ah! I can't find anything out of place. Oh, cat. I think it looks like a Waga High. Actually, now that we have both pictures, I have no other of viewing them as a stereoscope image. So I need to cross my eyes and try to get the two cats to merge in the middle as one. It's such a hard thing to do. Whoever thought of this in the first place must have spent a long time staring.
Take that!
I was wrong. I can't actually think of anything we could use at all. Oh dear, I think maybe we need to have a stereoscopic look at your brain sometime. Damn, bitch! Okay, you.
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not Villain Bolshevik? The Russian revolutionary? Okay, yeah, that person. Revolutionary? Duh, I do believe there is such a rumor. It's just a rumor. As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal. Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out. People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat. And which glove fits? Good day. I'm visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take a bus to Crystal Tower, please. Right, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts. To be treated as a vicious criminal all the time is very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they're criminals only because of how they look. The Skulkin brothers? Duh, maybe they went inside pawnbroker's shop. But they have done nothing wrong. That is all I want to say. The Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong that night. Alright, well, first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris. What is it, Bruno? The jurors are all chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they? Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting among them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary? I wish I knew. I can't change the mind of more than half of these 6 jurors. The trial will be over. But we know that Janina would never shoot anyone. Yes, so we need to find the contradictions in what those jurors are saying and pit them against each other. I must be ready to go to whatever lengths I have to convince them of Gina's innocence.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Good lord, Counsel, explain yourself. Oh my statement? Contradictory?
C-O-N. Juror number 6, you got the wrong end of the stick. I do not have stick. I have mouse. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Schultz in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court that you didn't hear. Abdomen, A-B-D. Sir? Sorry, my English is still learning. You are telling the court you didn't hear. Forgive me, I did not hear. Here is word. Abdomen, part of a person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not a native speaker. Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again? So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before, we never have done nothing, but truth is they shot detective. Duh, this is double negative. Yes, that's exactly right. Oh! Lying is wrong, especially when lie is said by a person who looks like criminal. Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced. This means, when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true? Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Enough. I trust no one now. It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir. I will see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. Yes, it is, Runo, easily. Sorry. With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. Ah. If you compare the print of that pictures with Ginny and the next print of a half hour later, you'll be able to see that straight away, even if anything was taken or not. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered... Oh, hold on my screen. Entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later after the brothers' flight. So this was taken after Hurley was shot then. Oh, so this was taken after Hurley was shot then. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. That does seem to be the case. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. So the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot men, but they stole nothing. It would seem so, yes. Good. No, not good. You were right. I did not understand the situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it is very important. It's very important to continue with the trial. Oh, okay. Hey, I ain't knocking it. Fuck, thank you. Hey, well done, Runo. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying, so that I can expose the truth. And if I can do that, we just might turn the situation in our favor still. Fuck, I can't read. Thank you, counsel. Continue with the summation examination. And kindly hand that new photographic printer to the bailiff that's filed evidence. Thank you. Now I can use that with whatever that person is. Another print on the court record. I wonder if I can make use of that.
Hold it! Take that!
And then juror number 3.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken at with the same camera in the window banks on the night in question. Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how the stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle? Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and the right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the position of some objects. Then when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were depth. Yes, exactly. It's that small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing this scene 3-dimensionally anyway. Oh, of course, now I see. I think the young girl has discovered the secret. I have. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Have another look at these 2 pictures from Hurley's camera, Bruno. Go on. Can you see that there's a really obvious difference between them? Well, one is that candle is broken. Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. Well, yes, you can see that straight away, but now try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Alright, I'll give it a go. So to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. Sorry, I'm like actually trying to do it. Wait. Well, did you manage to see it properly, Bruno? I guess. What's going on with these 2 pictures? Oh. Yes, that's it, you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes. Other amazing power? Is someone going to explain this black magic, eh? Why the deuce do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that? I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope? As I said before, if you try to look at 2 identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see pictures 3-dimensionally. In other words, oh, sorry, my screen. It kinda does. I haven't moved at all between the 2 pictures. This shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Yes, there must have been. Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does it shift between the 2 prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master. What? Me? I haven't the first idea.
You know, Runo, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Then 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken.
Yeah, I did see it move a little bit.
But the position of some of the items on the counter appears to be shifted slightly in the interim.
So that means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Zookers. Someone tampered. New information, stop. Not to mention the testimony so far, stop. We've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is now clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. Is it the Barub? Hold on, before I start losing lives. It's only letting me have one option though. But why would he move it?
Take that!
It was the witness currently in the stand. The Skulkin brothers. Wait. This does not agree with what brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not have time to pull dukes from Lucy lockets. My phrase book says dukes is meaning hands, and Lucy lockets is meaning pockets. But is this another lie? Is this what you're saying? Yes, I'm afraid so.
No, hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that.
I quite agree. The accused is a common pickpurse, after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal. I think that's unlikely. And why exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem as my learned friend indicated that she was coercing Mr. Winterbank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestray's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. But the accused is a pickpurse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact, worse than a pickpurse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not be at least right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves?
Well said. I, for one, would like to hear more than that from that shady pair.
Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return via home region street. Stop. Oh, now you want a stereoscope? run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call this summation examination to a conclusion with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus, and I here order this trial to continue.
Yay, well done. Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this, Bruno. You never know when it might come in useful.
Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright. Lord Van Zieks, you will instruct the witnesses on the court demands to additionally testimony from them. My screen! I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. Okay, I think I'll stop here. It's getting late. It's getting late. It's 1:35 in the morning. But I think I got a good progression on that. I have no idea where this is going because I feel like we've barely made any traction, to be honest. I mean, sure, we've proved that the 2 troublesome twins were lying, but of course they were. It was just a matter of fact of proving how and what and why. But other than that, I'm really leaning towards that gun had to have been fired more than just once, because one bullet went in Windibake's back. And there's another bullet that went into Sholmes. But Windibake's gun also was discharged because he always keeps only one bullet in there, but the bullet is gone. So, the math ain't mathin'. And there's like a bullet hole in the calendar. So like a gun had to have been fired more than once, I feel, but I don't know. Because obviously Gina didn't shoot him. That picture does not look great, but at least we're using it to get some leeway to like work towards proving her innocence. I don't know how, but hey, maybe we'll get there eventually. But as of right now, I need to go to bed. I don't want it to get, it's already super late, but I don't want it to get late on me. So let me go ahead and end this one. Thank you to those who came to watch and those who came to talk and, witness my escapades once again. Any amount of viewership, like I said before, is super meaningful to me. It means a lot. And I hope to see you guys on the next train.